Hey everybody, my name's Tony Flamia. I'm with Hippie in the Tech, and welcome to Quarantine. This is where I hang out during quarantine. Technically, I'm in the middle of an office in Texas, but I haven't really chose where I am now. Everything's just green around me. I'll pick something nice. Today we're doing a collab video, and it's about what our expectation was about the RV lifestyle versus reality. You know, what we thought it was going to be when we were just planning versus, okay, we've been on the road for a little while. I wish I would have known what I know now when I was planning. So I reached out to a few friends of mine, Phil and Stacy with You Me in the RV, and we also have Adventure Endeavor, Jesse and Melissa, and we also have new RVers, Jacqueline and Matthew, and they have a 9, 7, and 3-year-old. So first, let's meet the people who have submitted a video to help you guys plan to go out on the road full time.
We're Phil and Stacy from You Me in the RV. We're a retired military couple that sold it all and hit the road.
I'm sure you've heard that story before. Most of us sell everything to go full-time on the road. I walked away from my career as a nurse practitioner, and Phil retired from the military, so the opportunity was obviously there for us, and we've been doing it for almost 2 years now.
Yep, full-time, almost 2 years.
Hey guys, I'm Jesse. This is Melissa. We've been traveling for roughly over a year now with our pickup truck and a fifth wheel trailer. And Melissa works from the road, and I do all the other necessities.
All the running errands, all the laundry, and everything like that. We have 2 dogs that we travel with, and we do a lot of hiking and biking, and basically our goal is just to see all 50 states at some point in our travels. And
hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Matthew, and we are a family of 5. We have a almost 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old, and we are traveling around the country trying to see as many national parks as we can while we do this crazy adventure.
So we've been full-time on the road since the end of December, so about 4 months now or so.
So the first question I asked everybody was, what did you expect the road life, the RV life, to be like before you went out on the road versus now that you've been out on the road for a while?
Before we hit the road, I expected RV life to be pretty much exactly what it is. We researched and we read and we watched videos for almost 2 years before we hit the road to try and get as much information to try and figure out what it might be like.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief, it is not s'mores and campfires every night.
Actually, it's never campfires for us because we don't always have washer and dryer available, and those campfires make your clothes smelly.
That's right.
I would say we definitely thought that the RV life was going to be more fun and games than it turned out to be. You know, we thought we'd be traveling and going out like every night after work to see all these different places we were visiting, and you know, different landmarks and everything, and just really experiencing what it was like. But we did that for the first maybe 2 months, and then we kind of hit a point where we realized we needed to have some downtime as well. It was definitely critical. So chilling a lot more than we thought, and I guess maintaining a type of routine was more important than we realized it would be while traveling.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that you're living. So it's not vacation all the time, go, go, go. There's going to be downtime, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. I mean, you're living, but you just happen to be changing your area. And then, you know, on the weekends, I mean, she works full time, so you will have times when you're exploring and do other things. So we have somewhat of a schedule. I don't know if everyone's like that, but for us, it seems to be working well. But we just had to slow down a little bit here and there.
Yeah, we did a lot of camping and road trips before we started full-timing. So I guess we anticipated it to be a little bit more like that. And obviously traveling with an RV is more cumbersome and time-consuming than just a simple road trip. So definitely, it's a lot more slow paced, and I think that to really enjoy it, it should be done at a much slower pace than we first started out.
As far as expectation versus reality, we like to get out and do things, so we kind of expected that we were constantly going to be on the go, that all day, every day, we're going to be out exploring and just going.
Yeah, doing a trail, finding something interesting to go look at, going to a park, doing all those kinds of things. But then in reality, with doing this thing full time with 3 kids and, you know, still having to work, There's just days where you just kind of want to relax and rest and kind of lay low, and just like you kind of did when we were in our sticks and bricks, you'd have those moments where you just kind of were just like, ugh, let's just catch our breath or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing all of those fun things. We're doing hiking, going places, doing all those things, obviously, but we have those lazy, just down days where we just hardly even leave the rig.
Yeah.
For us, I assumed it was going to be just like a big vacation, just traveling nonstop, which we did. You know, we did 34,000 miles the first year. I was working for a company that required me to travel, but it was a lot of work. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of looking ahead, making sure that you're going to have a place to park, and while you're at work, your family is secure. So that was probably the biggest thing for me. So the next question was, what did you prepare for versus reality? For us, we sold everything. And when I say everything, we sold our pots and pans, our dishes, our silverware. We got rid of everything because we thought we needed camping everything. So, I can't believe I'm saying this. We sold our pots and pans and our dishes and went to a camping place and bought camping dishes, the metal blue ones with the speckled on it, because we thought you'd... All right, Phil and Stacy, what did you do?
Before we hit the road, we researched our butts off. We were on YouTube. We were watching everybody else that was out there already RVing. We watched how-tos, what to-dos, what not to-dos. And so we really just dove in and, try to gather as much information as we could. And let me tell you, when Ruby ended up in our driveway, we forgot everything that we had just researched. I can tell you that.
That is true. We were all in a panic. Oh no, how does this thing work? What do we do? But there's a learning curve, but it's a quick learning curve. So once you get the RV, you have learning the RV and getting to know that, and then hitting the road and learning your travel style, learning, how to book and how you schedule and all that stuff. But just know that no matter how much you read, jumping in and actually doing it is what's going to make you confident. So,
right. Yeah, we did 3 shakedown cruises before we actually went full time. And by our 3rd shakedown cruise, we felt pretty confident that we were going to make it on the road for sure.
Well, confident enough to know that we could actually leave the driveway.
Right.
It was still a learning process. It still is today.
Yeah.
We still learn something new all the time.
Absolutely.
So when we first started out, obviously, you have to downsize. We own a house, so we went ahead and rented the house. So that meant getting rid of a lot of our extra items that, to be honest, we did not use. So we downsized, we got rid of a lot of our stuff, a lot of garage sales, Goodwill, and just really tried to only have the necessities.
Yeah, pretty much. And we started out thinking that we had bought the perfect rig for us.
That doesn't not exist.
Yeah, everybody that has been RVing for a while actually knows that already. But yeah, it was a 34-foot Keystone Cougar 5th wheel, and we thought that it was going to be perfect. And it turned out after the first 6 months, we realized that we needed a separate office space and just a little bit more room, and a few different things that were going to suit our needs better. So we ended up upgrading pretty quickly into our journey. So
yeah, I mean, you live in the trailer full time, so you have to really enjoy what you have.
Definitely. And it's gotta check, I'd say, most of, if not all of your boxes. I mean, it's never gonna check all of the boxes, but we definitely we learned that that a toy hauler 5th wheel was definitely better for us.
When preparing to go full time, we watched so many YouTube videos.
Yeah, like all of them.
All of them.
All of
I think
YouTube.
we watched all of YouTube and read so much stuff, and that's good.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Definitely recommend reading or watching all of YouTube.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And researching as much as you possibly can. But you kind of have to just do it.
Yeah, you can only watch so many videos of how to empty your tanks before you actually do it. You kind of just gotta figure out what works for you and how you're most efficient. And watching YouTube can only get you so far.
Yeah, so I think we expected, because we had researched so much, that everything was just going to go smoothly.
Yeah.
And it probably helps, but the reality is we just needed to do it and learn it for ourselves and what worked for us. We prepared by watching so much stuff, but in reality, what we needed to do was just to do it.
All right, so here's a really good question for you guys looking to plan. What could have you avoided to save some money?
One of the things I would have changed right out of the gates is not leaving with the tow dolly. That thing, other than when the car was on it, we were towing, was great. But any other time, it was a pain in my backside. We had to unhook the car. We had to unhook it. Then we had to manually maneuver this thing around our sites.
Which there wasn't always enough room for at our sites.
Yeah, we were pushing them into trees and off the concrete sites. And it was a mess. As soon as we got rid of it, life for us just got much, much easier when we went to the flat tow system.
Yeah, that was one of the things we really hated. I hated driving up on it, especially in the rain and the wet, and the car would be moving all around. So for us, that was something that we definitely would have changed if we could go back in time. Although some people love a tow dolly and don't have a problem with it, but for us, it did not work.
And it did work once we got it on there and driving. All of that was not a problem.
It technically worked.
Yes.
But it was a pain.
Yeah, it was.
So for us, one of the big things that actually ended up costing us money in the long run was switching trailers. We did that fairly quickly, and it's hard. You think you're getting the right trailer. You think you're getting exactly what you want. It's going to be perfect. But I would highly recommend do a lot of research, ask a lot of questions, watch a lot of videos, do as much research as you possibly can. And to be honest, you're not going to find the perfect trailer the first time. We recommend used. It could save you some money. That's what we did both times, but we still wasted a little bit of money in the long run.
Yeah, we got sick of looking, and we basically just decided to pull the trigger on one. And I mean, it worked. It was fine for a while, but yeah, we found out pretty quickly we needed to switch it up. Also, to save money, we definitely were moving too quickly in the beginning, so that ended up costing us a lot of money by changing our location really way too often, and we didn't really have much time to scout out different locations or different campgrounds and try to find the best price. We were just go so much, and also we weren't saving much money while we were doing that as well. We were spending a lot because we wanted to see everything and do everything. So definitely moving slowly would be my advice to save money.
Yes, and along with that too, I mean, fuel is something to really consider. Fuel gets really expensive, and when you're moving on, you're using more fuel. So
definitely,
that's a big thing to really consider. That was not as well in our budget as we thought we had done with that. So fuel is expensive.
Yeah, and added up super quickly.
So as far as what we could have avoided doing to save time and money, I think that for us the biggest thing was buying an F-250. I think that we should have went for the F-350. We're already looking, we've only owned it for 6 months or 8 months, and we are already looking to upgrade. We know that it's kind of, if we want to get a fifth wheel, that it's just not going to work. It's just not going to cut it. And so it's going to cost us some money because of depreciation and all those kinds of things. And so for us, and even just the biggest pain of going through the process of buying a car, it's never fun. No one enjoys doing that. And so it's just not something we're not looking forward to.
Well, and we had a little bit of sticker shock, I think. We had never owned a truck. And so even looking at used trucks, we were like, oh my goodness, this is so expensive. Yeah. These trucks are, you can spend a lot of money on a truck.
For sure.
And so we were like, that's ridiculous. We can use this 250 and it would be fine. But ultimately, a 350 in our circumstance would be better. So
we're actually building a fifth wheel right now. We spent $15,000 on a used 2013 RV. It's a fifth wheel. It's beautiful. We love it. There's a lot of problems with it, so we're fixing it. But the first RV we bought cost us over $100,000 and we financed it. Had I known then what I know now, I would have never financed the RV in the first place. I would have bought something used and fixed it up. Not having payments really works well with this lifestyle. If you want to go out and boondock and get a solar system and just kind of live off the grid, it's great if you don't have payments. It really allows you to do a lot more stuff. And the last question I asked was, what advice would you offer someone that's looking to get started?
The advice I would give to somebody getting ready to start out is, one, don't be hard on yourself. There's going to be a lot of emotions. There's going to be a lot of new things coming your way, but don't worry, you will get through it. It is a learning curve, but it's going to be fine. And I would also tell you, watch all different kind of channels and read all different kind of blogs, because there is a million ways to RV, and you might be watching the same channel over and over that you love, but they may only go to RV parks. There are other channels who always boondock, or channels that always stay at national parks. So watch a variety of different types of RVing so you can kind of see the ins and out. That way you can feel comfortable when you're testing the waters and see which way you prefer to RV.
That's great advice. The other thing I would add to that is, once you find a floor plan that you are really in love with, go sit in it. Go touch it. Go, open up the cabinets. Ask them to open up the slides and close the slides. Because all of the RVs look good on paper, and they look good from the outside.
And they look huge as a floor plan.
Right. You get in it and sit in it and play with it. When we found Ruby, we sat in it for an hour without any salesmen around, and it was just us. And, we just played with it, and we figured out this was it. It just felt like it was the right one. And we had been in a ton of RVs from every type, but once we sat in it and started playing with it, that's when we knew this was the one.
If we could give any advice to anyone, it would be slow down, take your time, enjoy every moment, whether it's a big moment, a small moment. Use that time to visit family, visit friends. Obviously the sites are great as well, but just in general, just slow down. There's no rush. You're living, you have a long time to do this.
Yeah, definitely go with the flow. Don't get too caught up in having a plan, because your plan can constantly change. And you just gotta, Jesse hates when I say this, but you gotta roll with the punches, basically.
As far as my best advice for someone launching now is to slow down. We spend a lot of time taking 2-3 days at a place, when really now our sweet spot seems to be around a week to 10 days.
Yeah, and it gives you a chance that with a week to 10 days, you get to feel the campground during the week, see the different transitions during the weekday and then on the weekends. It's just a different environment. You get to kind of feel for the community and the trails and what's around the area. So a week to 10 days is great. Go slow. You don't want to feel rushed.
Find a community, find a tribe. We have Full-Time RV Family Life. It's a Facebook group online. Find a community you can reach out to that is going to help you with your questions. And we find that the Facebook group that we've created really helps out a lot of people. The moderators in that group are full-timers, and they just love helping people. But yeah, find your community. Find a core of people that are gonna be a positive influence on what you want to do. You're gonna find a lot of people that don't understand what we're doing and the lifestyle we're trying to live, and there may be some negative impact from those people. And I have a video on our YouTube channel. It's called How to Tell Your Parents. My parents, they were a little leery about it, and then a year later they saw the benefits, and they're all for it now. So, all right, well, I want to thank everybody that took part in this collab. If you want to collaborate with us, send us a message. We love doing videos. Right now we're having to do it from our studio because we're not allowed to play outside according to the government. Everybody that submitted videos has a channel, has an Instagram, has a Facebook, and go out there and support these people. They do a lot to create amazing content. So everybody, let us know where to find you.
You can find us on Facebook.
Okay, hold on, not all at once.
If you're looking for more fun and shenanigans from this guy, you can find us on YouTube at UBNRV, and then we also have a blog that we're putting out fresh content all the time, and that's at todayissomeday.net.
Yep, and don't forget Facebook and Pinterest.
That's right, so check us out, look for us. We would love to meet you and welcome you to our group.
That's right.
You can find us on Facebook. I'm Melissa Azarva, and he's Jesse Azarva.
And then we also have a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and they are both under Adventure Endeavor.
So we would love to connect with you. We do have our own YouTube channel. We are a 2+3. That's where you can find us on YouTube. We also have an Instagram, which is 2+3 a family, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Well, thank you for that. Again, my name is Tony Flamia. I'm with Hippie in the Tech. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build that up. It was the last thing we started. We started on Facebook because we're old. Now we're on Instagram and YouTube and trying to build that up. So thank you very much. If you have any ideas for videos, email me, hippieandthetech@gmail.com, and we'll see you later.